Imagine driving to a gas station and finding every pump closed. The fuel tanks are dry. People look confused. Cars stand still, unable to move. Life suddenly feels heavy. This is how a fuel crisis begins. When gas stations run out of fuel, the world slows down. No buses, no taxis, no trucks. Everything depends on fuel, and now it is gone. Panic starts to grow. People begin asking, how do we live without gas? This moment is not just about cars stopping. It is about survival. Because when gas is gone, food, water, and daily needs also stop moving. This is the day when everything changes. At first, many people do not believe it. They think fuel will return tomorrow. But days pass and pumps stay dry. Grocery stores start to empty. Trucks that bring food cannot drive. Farmers cannot use machines to harvest crops. Cities grow quieter, but also more dangerous. People who never worried about gas before now feel afraid. Some leave their cars on the roadside. Others push their vehicles back home. The silence of streets is strange. Without fuel, modern life struggles. The first shock is always the hardest. And the truth is clear. People must learn new ways to survive, or they will not make it through. Soon the new reality arrives. Walking becomes the main way to move. Bicycles turn into treasures. People dig out old bikes from garages. Those who live close to markets feel lucky, but many live far away. They must plan carefully. Every step counts. Fuel is gone and no one knows when it will return. Friends stop visiting. Jobs are left behind. Families sit together, worried about the future. This is not just about transportation. It is about survival choices. People begin to ask themselves, how much food do we have? How much water? Can we last without help? The world feels smaller now, but also harder. The smart survivors know the first rule. Store what matters. Gas is gone, but food and water still exist, at least for now. Families start buying dry food like rice, beans, and oats. Bottled water disappears quickly from shelves. People who prepare early can last longer, but many are too late. Hungry neighbors knock on doors. Shelves in stores grow empty within days. Without trucks, no new supplies arrive. Survival becomes a game of planning. Those who store wisely can live weeks. Those who do not face hunger. In survival, food and water are more valuable than money. That is the new truth everyone must accept. Without fuel, moving around becomes a big challenge. Walking is slow and tiring. Bicycles are faster, and suddenly they are worth more than gold. Some people build carts to carry food. Others use animals like horses or donkeys if they live in the countryside. In cities, people carry heavy loads by hand. Neighbors begin sharing rides on bicycles or carts. Everyone learns to save energy. They no longer travel for fun. Every trip must have a reason: food, water, or safety. In this new world, transport is not about comfort. It is about survival. And those who adapt quickly have a better chance to live. Fuel is not only for cars, it is also for power. Without fuel, many power plants stop working. Cities face blackouts, nights grow darker. The stars return to the sky, but fear fills the streets. Without light, crime rises. People become scared of walking outside. Small candles and flashlights become important tools. Families gather in one room, keeping lights low to save power. Those who saved batteries feel lucky. The dark teaches everyone a lesson. Fuel was more than just gas for cars. It was the light of modern life. Now survivors must learn how to live in the shadow again. When nights grow too dark, people remember old ways. Fire becomes important again. Small fires give both light and warmth. Wood and matches are collected. Families sit around fires like people did centuries ago. Simple lanterns are built from jars and oil. Every small flame feels powerful in a world without electricity. But fire is also dangerous. A small mistake can burn homes. So survivors learn to be careful. They keep fires outside, watch them closely, and share the warmth together. Fire is more than survival. It is also hope. It tells people that even without fuel, light will always find a way. Food is important, but water is life. Without fuel, water pumps stop working in many cities. Clean water becomes rare. Survivors search rivers, ponds, and old wells. But not all water is safe to drink. Dirty water brings sickness. Smart survivors learn to boil water on fires. Some build simple filters with sand and charcoal. Buckets, bottles, and barrels are filled whenever clean water is found. People carry water for miles on their backs. Every drop is precious. In the new world without fuel, water is the first test of survival. Only those who find and clean it can stay alive. The next problem is food. Without gas, farms cannot use tractors. Harvests become small. Supermarket shelves are empty. People search for new ways to eat. Gardens appear in backyards. Seeds are planted by hand. Families trade with neighbors. Some give bread, others give eggs. Wild food becomes important. Survivors pick berries, nuts, and even wild greens. Fishing and hunting return in many places. Meat is rare, but possible. The days of fast food are gone. Every meal takes hard work. The hunger teaches a hard truth. Survival is not about what you want to eat. It is about what you can find. Money begins to lose power. You cannot eat paper bills. You cannot drink coins. Instead, people turn to trading. A bag of rice may be traded for batteries. Clean water can buy warm clothes. A small bottle of fuel is worth more than gold. Survivors learn to value skills and goods more than money. A neighbor who knows how to fix bikes is more useful than a banker. A person with seeds is more powerful than a rich man with cash. The world without fuel builds a new economy. It is not about banks anymore. It is about barter, survival, and trust. Highways once filled with cars now look empty. Long roads grow silent. Grass and weeds begin to break through cracks. Abandoned cars line the streets. Some people search them for supplies. Others use them as shelters. Roads no longer carry people to work or school. They carry fear. Walking down a silent road feels strange, like stepping into a forgotten world. Survivors avoid long journeys because danger can wait anywhere. The silence of roads reminds everyone that the age of cars is gone. Only feet, bicycles, and animals travel now. The highways have become graveyards of machines. As fuel runs out, people turn to wood. They need it for cooking, for warmth, for building fires. Forests near cities are quickly cut down. Parks lose their trees. Survivors travel farther each week to find more wood. Carrying logs on backs becomes normal. But wood is heavy, and not everyone can gather it safely. Fights break out over trees. Some people guard their wood piles like treasure. In this new world, a bundle of wood is worth more than money. Without it, nights are cold and meals cannot be cooked. Wood becomes the new fuel of survival. When fuel is gone, crowds grow dangerous. Hungry people gather in markets. Thirsty families wait at empty wells. Pushing, shouting, and fighting begin. Police and guards cannot control the masses. Some people take by force what they need. Survivors learn to stay away from crowds. Safety is found in quiet places. Traveling alone or in small groups is better. Noise brings trouble. Silence brings safety. In a world without gas, danger is not just hunger. It is also other people. Survival means knowing when to stand your ground and when to walk away before trouble begins. Cities struggle the most, but villages find small strength. People in the countryside have land. They can grow food by hand. They use animals for transport. Villages share more and fight less. Neighbors help each other survive. Life is still hard, but it is possible. Survivors in cities begin walking long miles to reach villages. They hope to find food, water, and safety. Not all are welcomed. Some villages close their gates to strangers. But the truth is clear. In the fuel crisis, small villages can survive better than big cities. Nature gives what machines no longer can. With no fuel, journeys grow longer. Walking 10 miles feels normal. People carry heavy bags, pushing carts or dragging sleds. Every step is slow but necessary. Survivors plan carefully. How much food can they carry? Where will they find water? Long walks test the body and the mind. Blisters, hunger, and thirst become daily struggles. But each walk also brings new discoveries, hidden wells, wild fruits, and safer paths. Survivors learn that walking is not weakness, it is power. Because even when machines stop, human legs still move. The long walks remind people that strength comes from patience and will. One night, heavy rain falls, rivers rise, roads flood, families huddle together, cold and afraid. Without fuel, rescue does not come. No trucks bring blankets, no machines pump water. Survivors realize how fragile they are. Nature shows her strength. Despair grows in many hearts. People feel hopeless, like survival is impossible. This is the darkest moment, the climax of fear. But sometimes despair teaches a hidden lesson. Survivors learn that only unity can keep them alive. They share food, share shelter, and wait together. The storm passes, and after the darkness, a small light of hope returns. After the storm, survivors begin to think differently. They start creating new tools. Windmills appear on rooftops to make power. Solar panels are built from broken pieces. Water is carried in handmade carts. People invent new stoves that burn less wood. Creativity becomes the new fuel. Survivors who once depended on machines now depend on their minds. Every small idea saves energy. Every tool brings hope. The world is broken, but human imagination is not. This new way of thinking shows that even without fuel, life can continue. Survival is not just about strength. It is about ideas. In time, communities begin to grow stronger. People gather in small groups for safety. They build shared gardens and wells. They protect each other from danger. Instead of fighting, they cooperate. Children learn to plant seeds. Adults share skills like fishing, repairing, and cooking. Together they survive. The crisis teaches a hard lesson. Alone, survival is nearly impossible. Together, life has meaning. The return of community is a new beginning. It is not easy, but it is better. Gas stations may be dry, but hearts are full again. In the end, survival is not only about fuel, it is about unity. Months pass. The world without fuel looks different. Streets belong to walkers and bicycles. Fields grow with hand tools. People cook on wood stoves and fires. Life is slower but also simpler. Survivors no longer wait for gas stations to open. They have accepted the new way. They know how to find water, how to grow food, and how to trade. Life is hard, but it is life. And in many ways, it is closer to nature. The old world of machines is gone, but the new world of survival is alive. People are learning again how to live without fuel. At last, survivors understand the greatest lesson. Gas was not forever. It was a tool, not a guarantee. When it disappeared, life changed. But people did not vanish. They adapted. They found new ways to live, walk, eat, and drink. They discovered that survival is not about cars or machines. It is about strength, ideas, and unity. The fuel crisis was hard, but it showed the truth. Humans are stronger than any disaster. And so, even when gas stations run dry, life continues. The world does not end, it changes. And those who learn to change with it survive.